since my that's what I'm looking for. Since my thing. Oh, thanks, Chris and Chris. Thanks for the follows, appreciate it. Yeah, so we were planning on starting MGS1 on the PC, but excuse me. But we were having issues with like the layout wasn't working too well, and then my controller wasn't working, and like I didn't really feel like dealing with it. I forgot it's not in it's in a standard like full screen format and not in widescreen. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I actually mentioned. What we're going to be doing tonight is starting to learn normal. Because we currently hold the world record for very easy. So I figured, hey, time to move on and try another difficulty. Of course, I wanted to start MGS1 and try that, but yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Accidentally muted myself. So, let's see, yeah, I want to view the chat box since we won't have our splits up. Yeah, so I'm not gonna be like timing myself. We might also be watching, you know, some cutscenes and stuff. I keep muting my mic. Might even be like watching some cutscenes and stuff tonight. You know, just taking it pretty chill while I'm learning the new difficulty. It should be relatively the same, I think, as very easy. Obviously, you know, bosses are going to be tougher. They're going to have higher HP. And/or we're going to do less damage. But I think a lot of the basic principles remain the same. I think once we get up into, like, possibly hard, and then, of course, into, like, extreme and European extreme, oh, yeah, that's when we'll have to... I feel like that's when we'll have to really do some serious adjustments and start thinking about really watching a tutorial and stuff. But for tonight, I'm just kind of jumping into it. Yeah, I mean, we have less health, so that's that's gonna make the fortune fight more interesting. Looks like the sleep time and the knockout time remain the... Oh, no, and I'm on normal, not easy. Sleep time is less, KO time is less. Oh, I think the big thing is... The big difference with the step up we're going to be making is we won't have... in very easy, whenever you load into a new zone, your alerts, everything is cleared. But once you get up to easy and normal, not so much. And I'm looking at this, and it's like, so Vamp has the same HP on every difficulty. Oh, but our stuff does things. But then the Stinger does the same amount of damage, so I'm thinking Vamp should be identical. And I don't think there have been any bombs added. I could be wrong. I'll have to check as we go. I don't think there have been any bombs added to bomb disposal when you go up to normal or easy. I think once you get up to hard and extreme and European extreme, I think then you start to see them in different locations, but... Okay, normal. And yeah, I guess radar won't matter because I don't think we'll be getting it for most of the run, but... I'm also trying out a new controller too.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of metal gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
It stank. And like I said, we're gonna be watching some cutscenes. Just doing a chill run. So more likely than not, we won't get through this. But I could be wrong. I guess I could also make some saves too while I'm at it. While we're doing this run, I can make some saves for like normal bosses. Because right now I have a lot of very easy saves, but I don't really have anything as far as normal or any other difficulty. I don't have any saves for those. And honestly, I can probably overwrite a lot of my very easy saves, because yeah. I don't think I need a lot of these for the, like... Yeah, especially a lot of the stuff that's, like, on the tanker. Like Olga, Drop Down Trank, Guard Rush. Ladder Glitch I'd probably save, but those first 3 saves could probably be eliminated. Kind of unnecessary. And there he goes. I assume Olga's gonna take longer. I don't know, I'm trying to think of like when I've seen Olga on like European Extreme runs too, and I'm like, what does she do? And I think with the start here, like a lot of the tranks we do on guards, like, oh no, yeah, usually I think you kind of get shot here. I think you're supposed to get shot when you first come up this ladder spot. I'm gonna try to trank and roll through, but I think you might just want to step up and get shot. And then you might have to shoot the radio or something, I can't remember.
Boy, he's right on the schedule.
Ooh, I made that drink strong. Oh.
He'll know soon enough.
Ooh. It's kind of a boring cutscene, wow.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Kept you waiting, huh?
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
I must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
That's right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed.
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mailing's not so bad.
Let's do that.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
Yeah, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear.
Yeah, I don't need to look here. Russians, blah blah blah.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. Ka-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the Ka-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't...
Okay.
Enemy sight. Now!
Yeah, I think we can take that alert though, because we come into a cutscene up here and then the alert goes away. It's the only thing that takes away alerts. And I don't think it's guaranteed. Hmm?
Has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured.
So yeah,
Infrared
I'm
sensors
just gonna play it like we do on
operational.
very easy. I don't...
Good work.
It's probably just gonna take longer, but we'll see. Maybe there's actually something you do different on
Yes,
normal.
they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
I know a lot of stuff though, like some stuff doesn't change between difficulties. Like I think I was reading in the differences. Like the Stinger has like the same base damage in all difficulties.
No, it's not over yet.
Obviously HP and some stuff like that will change, but
I have a bad feeling about this
it's
mission.
like Stinger does the same amount. Some enemies' HP is static, whereas the amount of damage you do with some weapons is different.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go.
Conflict and victory were my
I want to
parents.
stay and fight.
I like how she says that, and like that's her dad, isn't it?
Need I
It's like-
remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?
right? Yeah, my grandchild.
You will be on the helicopter out
Of course, she doesn't sound like a great father, I guess, but it's like she literally just talks to her dad, and then she's like, "Conflict and victory were my parents."
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly.
Slow. She's got another gun, dummy. He does that.
A woman. Show your face.
A woman.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans, so you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad.
Oh yeah, we shoot everybody, honey.
What else do you have there? Take the
Wah
gun
wah,
and toss it.
wah wah, wah wah, wah wah, wah wah, wah wah. Armpit hair.
Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing.
Elbow. Elbow.
It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is
Elbow.
it? New York, I mean.
I think if you zoom in, you miss so much. Like, what's the point of this feature? I guess sometimes it makes it look more cinematic when it's like bum bum, bum bum.
And that brings our tour
But, like-
to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
We'll see about that.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad. I have no.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the same. Just looks like it's like what, 5, 6 shots instead of 4. Okay. So all of is virtually the same. I think it was 5 shots, right? I wasn't counting, but either way, 5 shots, which means easy, should also be like 4 or 5 shots as well. Hey, Boris. Hey, buddy. Hey, sweet boy. Sweet cat. Oh, yeah, let me just drop. Oh, well, it's easier in here.
Cipher.
Cipher.
Otacon. The ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
He knows.
We've ID'd the old man.
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Lukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the Gru Carnet. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cipher.
A Marine Cipher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
Yeah, Oba has the
You're
same
right.
health on
This
all
isn't gonna be
difficulties.
simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I
I
have a
thought
younger
so.
sister. A stepsister. We have different parents.
Yeah, the M9
I only knew her for
does
2 years.
a lot less
You've never
damage.
mentioned her before. So,
The sender of the
Oh
tip
wait, no,
was
it's
EE.
weapon capacity.
E.E.?
Her
Yours
name
doesn't
is
do different
Emma,
damage.
but I always call her EE.
Emma? Emmerich?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think
Oh,
it's a
she doesn't
trap
do the bleed.
to lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
Okay.
I see.
Watch your back,
So
Snake.
that's the main difference.
Maybe I screwed up.
Once you
I
get up
got
to
a light
normal with
equipped
Olga,
USB.
is she
I
doesn't
can kick 'em
do
on now. There's no ammo, but it
in
takes a
like
9mm,
very
just like the
easy and
Marines
apparently in
M9.
easy as
I'll
well.
find those somewhere
Olga,
around here.
like when you
Don't
shoot
raise
her,
too
at
much
least for the
racket with
first
that
half
thing.
of her health,
I hear you.
after you shoot her, she actually like bleeds a little bit as far as her trank goes. Like the trank makes her bleed stamina a little bit, not just the initial shot, but then you get a little bit of a bleed effect. And then you shoot her again, and then like it bleeds, and that gets her down to I think exactly half-ish. Exactly half-ish. I think it gets her down to half, with 2 more shots. Whereas once we get up to normal, that bleed effect doesn't happen, and so we just are getting the shots, and so that's why it takes the 5 instead of the 4 it does on easy, or on very easy, and apparently easy as well. So yeah. Think about how I want to approach this next room too, because I think it's going to be different. I think we need to go around to the right, maybe? Because we don't want to take that alert, I don't think. I mean, it might be... Well, we don't want to do that.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
I guess I could just watch the video. Yeah, just pull up the tutorial video.
And then you're gonna wait for her to right here a little, and then she'll finish her work. The left side grab, then you can take it apart. How the fuck? Your head fire. That's she is done. That's a left side Olga. That's
There's also some ammo we got in here. I don't know if it's necessary, but let's go ahead and grab that. Still can.
You're just get through another codec, and then we're gonna go down to the bottom of the ship for the next one.
Yeah, no, it probably despawns after. There's a rash in there.
Now here I'm gonna do a roll because I'm gonna be rolling into a cutscene, and here I'm gonna put my USB. This is one area where it's important that you have previous on, so that way you can switch between your M9 and your USB. You'll need it for spider glitch,
Freeze.
guard rush, you'll need it for all kinds of stuff, in taser and throughout the game. So roll, open the menu, switch to USB. Go on your way. So we're just gonna pick up this ammo. Get out.
Okay, if you do your movement right, you, looks like if you do your movement right, you don't cause an alert. Oh, USB ammo in here. Cool. Yeah, I guess because the way the camera's facing, or maybe I messed that up. Oh, wait, what does it do here?
Out of this, shoot the camera out and then go on your... There's a couple things you can do here. You can hold up the guard and then shoot the camera out and then go on your way, which is what most people do. Or you can do a roll past the camera, hope you'll get the alert, and go on your way that way. It saves a couple seconds, but it is very risky. You will go on. Do a... then shoot the camera out and then... Now, there's a couple things you can do here. You can hold up the guard and then shoot the camera out and then go on your way, which is what most people do. Or you
Okay.
can do a roll past the camera, hope you don't get the alert, and go on your way that way. Saves a couple seconds, but it is very risky. You will likely get an alert. Sometimes I go for this, sometimes I don't. It's not usually recommended. But I'll recommend the first strat first, where we just hold the guard up and shoot out the camera. We're going to hold the guard up, shoot out the camera. Run
Right,
past
then
them,
you can just run
and that's
past
it.
them.
You don't need to roll or do anything special. Now, the last strategy I'm going to demo here is when you actually get the alert, when you do this risky roll. So if you get the alert, it's not that big of a deal. Roll into this guard. There'll be a cutscene normally plays here, but since you're on evasion or alert, it won't play. This guard will shoot. Roll here. Let him shoot you again so you don't get kicked. Hang over the rail. Roll down. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to equip our camera. Equip the
As you're
camera,
rolling,
unequip,
yeah.
head into the engine room. So, all in all, not that big of a deal if you get the alert. You lose maybe a second. The most important thing is you just don't want to get kicked on that final deck right there before you enter engine
Lose
room.
maybe a second
Now,
to get the
for
alert.
deck B, we're going to shoot a distraction shot right here.
Okay. So yeah, if we get an alert, not a big deal with a roll.
Camera, unequip.
Also see how he rolled
If you get the
again.
alert, stop, run past it. I'm going to demo here is when you actually roll or do anything special. Now, the last strategy I'm going to demo here is when you actually get the alert, when you do this risky roll. So if you
You gotta hope the camera doesn't see you. Okay, so let's do that. Missed equipping the camera, but that's fine. Do it right here.
Quickly! I got you. Send reinforcements.
Really? Ah. Just die here.
Snake, respond! Snake? Snake!
Oh, because we already cutscene, we don't worry about it. Oh wait, no, this changes the positioning of the guards, doesn't it? Oh boy. Maybe I can do this? No, because that one guard's still not there. Oh, damn.
Freak.
Snake, respond! Snake? Snake!
I don't know if I need more USP ammo, but I'm going to grab it just in case. Oh, there's two guards up there. It's not great. Oh, wait, no, I don't, yeah, okay, I see. Oh, kicks me and I die.
Snake, respond! Snake? Snake!
getting away from speedrun strats at this point. Because all the routing and stuff is not the same once we can continue. I guess it could hold up there and it would be quicker. But again, it doesn't really matter what we do in this room right now because oh, there's more sensors, that's right. Okay, I think at least.
Repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following patrol of the small room on the...
Yep, we did not get all the sensors.
Snake!
Okay, so let's take a look at the sensors for D-Lime's video.
Discard camera. So all in all, not that big of a deal if you get the alert. Final. Shoot a distraction shot thing. Mash X to skip the cutscene, and then this guard, you just walk past them.
Yeah, you just walk past that guard. Because you're gonna get a
Camera for
cutscene
later.
spot here.
Unequip, and we're into the engine room. Engine room is pretty straightforward. It's a little more complicated on the higher difficulties. We're just gonna roll into this cutscene. Go down. Right where Snake's head is, at that line, is where you want to hang over the rail. Drop down, make sure you're on your M9. And then we're going to shoot this guard
And roll
cartwheel
through,
into
yeah.
him. If you cartwheel into a guard, or roll into a guard rather, either or.
Yeah, that's what I typically do, but because we
shoot into the
died and messed
trank,
up the guard
No matter
positioning.
what difficulty you're on, he'll get knocked out immediately. You don't hit him in the head. But if you roll or cart...
What was
here
that?
we're just... And you may notice me from time to time holding L1 for no real reason. I tend to do that from time to time. Just if I had L1 on from a previous strategy, I just don't let go. So disregard some of the L1 button pressing that I do. It's not really necessary. Roll up these stairs.
Probably about as necessary as that explanation was. Ayo!
You can trank this guard and then fire distraction shot, or you can just discard
So trank him
and then fire. Roll up these stairs. You can trank this guard and then fire distraction shot.
Oh, okay, then fire.
Or you can just fire the distraction shot once you get in here. We trank him just because it's a strategy we do on European.
Gotcha. So you don't have to even worry about trying to get swag strat. Because it's easy because you've got that extra guard there just to skip the cutscene that way.
Out, but you don't have to get him knocked out. When you get to here, though, you want to fire your USP because you're going to skip a little mini cutscene because it's going to go into the in-between alert and normal mode, if you will. So it saves about a second if you just fire your USP out.
Well, I guess it's not quite caution, but...
Shoot these 3 sensors out.
Okay, so he stands right there. Like here. Oh, please get out of here. Please leave. Oh, you asshole. I'm just gonna have to shoot you now.
Freeze.
Okay. So, back to what we were doing. Okay. I think this should be virtually the same. I would just trank and roll through the guard like I would on the other difficulties. There might be other guards here. I don't think there are other guards. I think it's the same strategy. And in fact, for this one, the strategy I've been using with the 6 punches, which is actually technically a little bit slower on VE, it's going to be helpful for this difficulty and higher, I think. Oh yeah, I didn't switch out my D-pad. I'm trying out this new controller. That like you can do with it. It's kind of cool. So this is my left thumbstick. Just pops right out. Just a little module, and then it's got a little magnet and stuff. And then it's just like, boop. And what's cool about this is I can even, I keep hitting the wrong profile. There we go. Yeah. Can even take out the D. God damn it. Can even take out the D-pad and like switch it. So that I have an Xbox controller, but in a PlayStation configuration. And I can get both my sticks down here, like a PlayStation is, and then have the D-pad up where the left thumbstick normally is on an Xbox controller. Don't know if I'll actually end up doing that very often. I thought, like, oh, with Metal Gear Solid games especially, it'll be helpful. But, earlier, my Metal Gear Solid 1 PC game was having trouble recognizing the fact that I even had this controller connected, so we'll see if that becomes a thing. But no, yeah, I honestly, like, after I've tried it, I feel like I'd much rather have, like, I don't know, I think it's more comfortable for me to have my thumbs, like, in a general resting position, like, on face buttons and the left thumbstick for, like, movement and stuff, as opposed to, like, because I don't know, in general, I tend to use the left thumbstick and then just D-pad and for certain situations. So for me, it's like it's better to have the D-pad just kind of over here. What I do like about this controller is its D-pad, though. It's very responsive, but like it's not. The Razer controller I have is really great, but like the D-pad is. It has 2 swappable D-pads you can actually swap in and out, and they're both terrible. So. But this D-pad seems to be just like a lot better. Like the buttons are much more segmented. It's just like a traditional D-pad as opposed to the other Razer D-pad, which both of them are non-traditional. The Razer even has like a convenient little like 8-way D-pad that you can swap in and out, but like it doesn't work that well. You usually end up like the 8-way directions aren't really distinct from each other. They just kind of like are very, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just very, they just like kind of blend together on the D-pad, and so it's hard to actually go the direction you want to go. But enough about controller stuff. I have one shot with the M9. That's interesting. I'm probably going to pick up some more ammo just to be safe.
10 minutes time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
I think I rolled a little late there. Yeah, it's just USP ammo. I don't know if there is any M9. There might be some M9 ammo past this door. Yeah, M9. We'll get it just in case. Wouldn't do this on a speed run because I don't. Well, yeah, we might need some M9 ammo once we get to the holds, but I don't know. I think holds are pretty much going to be the same too. We'll see if guard rush is different. I don't know if it's the same number. I think there was more guard. I know the ending is pretty much going to be the same. Like with Final 3, I'm pretty sure that's like identical throughout all the difficulties. But I know it's not just 3. I don't think it's just 3 body shots to kill. It's quite a few more, but I could be wrong. Well, I didn't mean to skip it. I thought I could pause the cutscene, but I'm a dummy.
Until we... You're going to want to have your M9 on and point it at the guard, and then you're going to do 2 consecutive trank shots.
Oh.
And then roll once he is falling to the floor. Because if you
Gotcha,
don't roll,
so you just shoot him twice.
And if you will. 1, 2, roll.
Gotcha. So you start the shots like...
If you roll, it just kind of cancels
right at
that
this
out,
open
if you will.
area.
1, 2, roll, and just do it like that. We're going to do a punch buffer here. That way this guard doesn't see us.
Oh, so you just only have to do one punch kick there. Okay.
To guard rush here in a moment. Right. I roll into this cutscene, if you will, since it's a little bit quicker. It's just triggering into a cutscene. So, about guard rush right now, it's going to consist of 8 total guards for normal, 5 in the first wave, 3 in the last wave. The ideal method to this fight is to use the USP, and basically kind of spam your bullets for the most part because it's 3 shots to kill them. But you kind of want to aim some headshots. The first guard you just want to spam and kill. The next guard is the most important guard, is the guard behind the box all the way in the back, and it's going to be a slower guard rush. And then,
so it's still a guard behind the box. Okay.
Kill the second guard in the back. Kill this guard, just spam. Kill this 4th guard, spam. 5th guard is here. He can sometimes come out. And in here, we're just...
Okay, so there's just an extra guard there. Pretty much the same strat, just 1 extra guard. Yeah. So that's pretty similar too. I feel like a lot of the bosses are really just going to be very similar. It's just a matter of like, once you get to Euro Extreme and we're talking like big boss rank, like yeah, obviously then you're going for just like non-lethal stuff, and it definitely changes some stuff. But I think for the most part, you know, until we get up to the point where big boss is a possibility, which I'm not even sure is a possibility until we get to like Extreme or Euro Extreme. Yeah, a lot of this I think like it's gonna be the same. It's just a little like, oh, there's an extra guard or 2 here, and so you gotta like change your route a little bit. I think going up from very easy to normal is gonna be kind of the biggest jump in like learning different stuff, because I think the whole not being able to clear alerts just by going to a new loading zone, that's really gonna affect it.
Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel.
And then I think, you know, until we make the jump to then, like, hard, even hard I don't think would be, like, that big of a jump, like, going from normal to hard. But I feel like once we get to, like, Extreme and Euro Extreme, especially Euro Extreme, where it's, like, you really are, like, there are a lot more bombs, so your bomb disposal routes are different, there's a lot more guards, so you just have to... And just, I think because there are more guards and the guard routes are like more interspersed, you have a lot more opportunities to just, you know, mess up, I feel like, too. You have to be more precise.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
Are you in
It's
yet?
taking longer than I
Gross,
expected.
Autogon.
We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits.
I would think this would be pretty similar too.
planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
Beginning of the holds. This is where there's videos out there to demonstrate ladder glitch.
The men down here are definitely Marines.
I'll show.
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
This rail.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow.
To the bow.
They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way.
How do we
through
feel,
the
Chad,
Marines'
about
gateway.
Oscar Isaacs
Wonder where they're headed.
being
I don't
the
know.
solid
Not
next
with
solid
these,
snake
that's for sure.
for the movie? I kind of like it. I don't know the voice. He's gonna have
Okay,
to,
Snake. Let's go over
because I
this
don't want
one
him to
more
go
time.
too throaty and like end
Use
up
this
like, you know,
camera
Christian
to get
Bale
photographic
Batman. But I
evidence of
do
the
think
Metal
he's
Gear
gonna have to.
prototype. Now do your thing and
Gonna
take
have to
pictures
change
that
at least the
speak
voice that
louder
I
than the
had heard
government's
that he
plausible
had in Star
denials.
Wars. I think it's
We need
gonna have
4
to be a
shots.
different voice.
Metal Gear
So.
from the front.
I think he looks the
front
part
right,
for sure,
and
but
front left, and a close-up of
I just hope they give a
column
cameo
right.
to David Hayter. Like, honestly,
There should be a
I
Marine's
really
insignia
hope
on the
that
body of Metal
David
Gear.
Hayter gets to cameo as Johnny
Just let someone
Sasaki.
try explaining
Especially if
away
they
a clear
can't
shot
get
of
like the
that.
real Johnny Sasaki to like do the, you know,
All
do
right.
his own voice.
There's
I
actually
really
one little
want
thing.
David Hayter
Just spit it out. I'm
to
used to things
cameo in the
going
movie
wrong.
as Johnny
It
Sasaki. I
looks
don't know
like
why,
someone's monitoring our
but to me that
transmission.
just is
Who?
amazing
I
and
don't have a
hilarious
clue.
and
All they're
perfect.
doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something
Wonder
to
who
do
they're
with
gonna get
that
for
cipher we
Liquid.
saw?
That's the thing too.
Maybe.
Like Liquid to me has a very
I've switched
distinct
the
voice.
encryption protocol for our
Can't
burst
remember who
transmission
the
for
voice
now.
actor is, but just that
What I
Liquid
want to do
voice.
is use a different method
Do you
for
like
sending
my
these photos, just in
sunglasses,
case.
Snake?
Instead of using the codec?
That kind of like pseudo British accent
Exactly.
he has.
There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block.
Okay, he's just telling me a bunch of like stuff about what I need to do. So okay,
We initiated development of Metal Gear
I'm
Ray
bleeding.
as a countermeasure
Oh,
to these
let's go ahead and get our health
pirated
back.
The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Oh,
With Ray,
oh, did I not?
hundreds, if not thousands of Metal Gears that exist
Because I
all over the
didn't.
world are no longer
I
a threat.
forgot to do my camera equip.
The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this.
Okay, so let's see what D-Lime suggests here.
Like I said, it loses about 12 seconds if you don't do ladder glitch, but just starting out, it's really not that big of a deal.
True. I will echo that sentiment for anyone watching now. Like, oh, look, a bot. I get to ban. First, we're going to report you. In a chat message, I think. Spam. I think it's a bot. Asking me to buy followers. Reported. And banned. Here we go. So yeah, I will echo that from D-Life too. Like when you're first starting out, like ladder glitch isn't super important. Like to learning the whole run, I definitely recommend like learning, doing multiple full runs just to get an idea of like, just to get into your muscle memory, like where you're supposed to go and how you're supposed to get there. Ladder glitch saves 12 seconds, and honestly though, if you want to learn ladder glitch, I think it took me at most like an hour collectively of practice. Like just an hour of just like off stream, just like doing it, just like trying it and trying to get it to work, watching videos. There are also a ton of ladder glitch variants out there. The one that I do, I think, is considered like the standard and like the easiest one. It's not the fastest one. I think there are some other variants with like the magazine, and where you equip the magazine instead of the SOCOM, and like where you, instead of start in front of the ladder, you start to the left of the ladder. And they're technically faster, but ladder glitch itself, I think standard, like D-Lime said, only saves about 12 seconds. And then even with the fastest ladder glitches, I don't think it saves more than like 4 or 5 more seconds on top of that, if that. I don't even think it's that much. I think it would just be more like the faster ladder glitches probably shave off a second or two. So yeah, it is not important. And like once you've gotten your muscle memory for the route down, that would be the next thing I suggest doing. Because like once you get it down, it's so easy. And once you get it the first time, it feels so good. Like once you get it right the first time, you're like, oh my god, yes. But there are a ton of tutorial videos out there and stuff, but I just feel like it would have been much more helpful to have someone in person show me, and just like the timing, getting it down on the button presses would have just been so much easier to learn from in person. But definitely doable. It takes like an hour at most to learn, probably between 30 minutes and an hour of just like practicing it and trying to get the timing down, and watching YouTube videos at like 0.25.
Now, ladder glitch involves a series of inputs. Engine room is press L2 to equip the camera. And between hold session, right side of your
See which
equip. And I'll do this twice just to
Oh,
clarify.
I'm muted. No, I'm not. Okay.
Punch, 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 kick, equip, get on the ladder.
Yeah, he does the same. He does the standard ladder glitch, and I think he does it fast enough to where it's just like slightly few more like tenths of a second because his camera changed a little differently. But yeah, still. He might also be doing it on PC. That might be why it looks different.
And that's ladder glitch. So I'll do that one more time. So punch, punch, kick.
Wow, they
Flip the
actioned on
camera,
that
get
real
on the
quick.
ladder. Left X, up triangle.
Pretty sure that person I just reported, that bot, like, just already has gotten the axe.
There's a small delay between you hold session, but explanatory. You want to be in between these two lines here, your guideline. And then at this line right here, we're going to head south.
Okay, so you don't.
Then just roll
and that
here
calls
so
that
you
guard
don't make
over.
noise.
Okay.
Roll again so you don't make noise with the floor. And then we like to roll into this door because it's a little bit quicker than just running towards the door. Do whatever you're comfortable with. It saves like 0.2 of a second if you roll. Hold our roll so we go prone, and that's it.
Okay. So yeah, you actually don't have to shoot anybody. And I guess the only reason you don't do this in very easy is because there's an extra guard on the left that we have to attract their attention, and then we kind of go around. But in very easy, that guard's not there. Okay.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows this.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Snake, respond!
It's going to be
Snake!
hard to do that with my D-pad. Usually I use D-pad here to help, but I feel like that's going to be a little more difficult if I'm trying to head south.
Countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray,
There we go.
the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the... At the moment, every industrialized nation...
I assume this goes the same way. We'll see.
Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
We were a little too far to the left. Plus, I don't know if this domino strat actually works for Hold 2, but we'll try it.
Snake! Snake!
May not actually work, but I want to have some fun.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Yeah, there's that guard up front there. I saw him.
Snake,
He's watching us roll to the left, and so we can't just do what we normally do on BE, which makes sense.
At the moment...
Alright, what you got for us, D-Limes?
Hold 2 can be a little bit tricky. You're going to be holding up 3 guards in a very precise manner. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the projector and switch the directions. And then I like to have my M9 on for this to start with. That way I end on my M9. So we're going to hold L1, hold up a guard, switch our weapon so it resets the hold up animation, hold up a second guard, reset it again at the third guard, and then that's it. Some people like to shoot the M9 and then reload to do your hold ups. However you can hold up guards on the run is what I would advise to do. I'll demo how I do it right here. Hold up 1, hold up 2, hold up 3, and then you can shoot this M9 since we're on the PC right here. Hold up 1, hold up 2, hold up 3, and then you can shoot hold up 2, how I do it right here.
So you M9
hold up 1
first,
hold up 2,
switch to SOCOM,
hold up 3,
M9,
and then you can shoot this
fire.
M9 since we're on the PC. and there's no pressure sensitivity. That's why I like to be on the M9 at the end. That way I can shoot and not have the USP go off. So once we do that, we just go on.
Okay.
Every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet,
Freeze.
so do a number of rogue states.
I didn't get that hold up.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Freeze.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
And then that's it. However you can hold up 1, hold up 2, demo how I do it right here. Hold up 1, hold up 2, hold up 3.
So you can just hold
you can shoot
it,
this
okay.
M9, hold up 2, see how I do it right here.
So guard at the very left.
Hold up 1, hold up 2,
2 ahead.
hold up 3,
And then the one on the
and
right.
then you can shoot this.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
But why didn't you hold him up? I'm so confused.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world...
Yeah. If you don't get there quick enough, that guard moves.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
I see.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Oh! I didn't get the hold up on him. And so he just turned around and saw me. And I think if I wouldn't have rolled, well, I've got to roll there to get across without making any noise, but...
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue...
Ugh, I guess I didn't cut that corner, didn't cut that box quick enough.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet...
Snake, what's wrong?
Whew, this angle's tough.
At the moment,
Honestly, if I can't get this, I'm thinking about a backup strat that I have. I'm thinking about.
Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Oh, I've got to... I know what I'm doing wrong.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
Pretty sure I don't do it wrong.
Every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
See, I gotta swap to my M9 right as I'm coming up behind that guy. And that'll do the freeze.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a...
It's tough to do with analog.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They're...
Oh! I went too far to the right.
Snake! Snake!
At At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
I feel like it might be easier just to get behind that guy and then shoot him with the trank, like
At the moment,
headshot him with the
every
trank.
industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
You're just not quick enough.
Snake!
The guy turns around.
We're on the PC. That way I can. We just pull and try to equip our cameras over. Couple ways you can do photos here. You can do what's called a two-spot photo.
Okay, so no alternative strats for hold 2.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do
Snake, what's wrong?
Held up one guard too many on that one.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Snake, what's wrong?
I just have trouble getting there quick enough. Or I'm not, like, I'm not doing the timing right for the hold up. I'm not sure.
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states.
Not what I was trying to do there.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake!
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet,
Snake, what's wrong? Snake!
at the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers
It's
is
fine.
reduced by the
Oh, that is not the way we want to get through that room, but I'll figure it out.
Shadow Moses incident during the Sears
That's going to be a
administration.
tricky part, for sure. Hold 2, whenever I actually start timing myself. Runs will definitely die there. I gotta start thinking about backup strats. Yeah, I gotta start thinking about backup strats there.
Metal Gear.
That is tough to pull off.
Some say
Let's
that
get our
the
photos.
strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of.
Good.
The opposition from the Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a
A
lot
little
of
too far
pressure from
forward, but
Navy
it might be
brass,
okay.
especially from
Good.
submarine and air background.
Well, we finally finished Tanker. While this is playing out, I'm going to go grab another drink, and then we'll start learning plants. So yeah, overall,
So, any codec moments from
very
you, Snake?
similar, but just like
The
there
first image
are a lot
is-
of different parts where it's like it's different enough
This
to where
is
it's like,
great.
yeah, this
The
feels like a
Marines
different
lettering
run.
shows up really well.
Yeah, you can see the Marines logo shows up really well, right, y'all? I mean, just look at it. It's right there.
The next image
Oh, I
is-
forgot I have to advance these, so I'll stay
You're a
while
pretty
they're
good
here.
photographer. We can definitely use this left shot.
But then we'll let the cutscenes play while I go make a drink. And then I'll come back, and yeah, then we get to play as Raiden.
Okay, what am I seeing now? Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag. The next image is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view.
I wonder.
Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about
I wonder
to
how
wind up.
easy it is
Forget
to,
the photos
if
and
you
get out of
watch
there
all
now.
cutscenes. Like, if you watch all the cutscenes, but then you do everything else optimally and just get through it super quick. Because I obviously had to continue a few times. If you watch all cutscenes, but then do everything else optimally, will you still get the guards in their boxers? Like, because I'm pretty sure that's dependent on how quickly you get there. So I'm like, do you still get the guards in their boxers if you watch all the cutscenes? Or is it only possible if you skip at least one cutscene? I'd be interested to know that. I mean, I guess I could try. Figure it out. But yeah, I'm gonna let these cutscenes play. I will be right back. Just going to grab a drink.
My friend.
Who the?
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. End of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Nobody move. Understood?
Yeah, the camera's got. We got to get a good shot. We have to get a good shot. Hey, Rome. How's it going? Oh yeah, you check my messages. You missed me. Oh,
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button.
I'm good. How are you? I just, we were doing some Star Trek Judgment Rites earlier.
That's right.
I was kind of enjoying it, and then I was like, oh, I want to switch to MGS1. And then I tried, but, like, I was having trouble, like, getting my stream layout the way I wanted it to be. And also, like, MGS1 wasn't really recognizing the new controller that I wanted to try out. So I'm like, rather than fiddle around with this more, I'll just, like, I don't know, I'll just start learning MGS2 normal. Because I don't want to do any, like, serious runs tonight. I'm just not really feeling it. And plus, I've already got, at least for the run I already know, MGS2 very easy. I've already got the world record. And then I've got another PB world record waiting in the wings for, like, when my world record inevitably gets broken. So yeah, I kind of just want to chill tonight. Sport as usual. Fair. But yeah, I've got a few decisions to make on where I want to go next as far as like speed runs, because I can get MGS1 on the PC to work and start doing that. I could, right? I'm just like, yeah, no reason to put pressure on myself and try and really do that and have a stream that's just a bunch of me resetting runs just to, you know, just to shave down a few seconds at this point. I mean, I could definitely shave down more than a few seconds, but it would require like really practicing Harrier and learning the 5+1 shot. So yeah, I could also do Kingdom Hearts 2, or not Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm thinking about doing some more runs of that again soon. Doing some more KH1 speed runs, especially for that one speed run marathon benefit that like that I'm planning on that I submitted an MGS2 video for. I kind of want to submit a Kingdom Hearts video for it. I mean, I'm not that great at it, but I still feel like I could, you know, do a submission video and be like, maybe I'm fun enough that they'd pick me. I don't know. I also haven't tried Kingdom Hearts since I figured out how to do fast loads, although I don't know if the fast loads for like MGS2 is going to apply for Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts is it's already an Xbox One game. At least that's what it was released as, the version I have. So it's already, I think, taking advantage of the full system, but I could be wrong. Like, honestly, if being connected to the internet, like if my console being connected to the internet would affect the Xbox 360 game loading times, you think it would affect like all other game loading times, right? I don't know. I'll have to do another run. But I don't think I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm not gonna do another Kingdom Hearts run. I'm not gonna do a Kingdom Hearts run tonight. It's been too long since I've played it. I know I'm gonna make some mistakes, and it's not gonna be a PB. And it's gonna be like 2.5 hours, so not in the mood for that tonight. Maybe on a.
Looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Maybe on the 2nd, which I think is Saturday, right? Yeah, on the 2nd. Maybe on Saturday, when I stream on Saturday, I might do a Kingdom Hearts submission video then. Right, like I know that like whenever I get around to running Kingdom Hearts 1 again and like and like just getting back into the groove with that run, I know it's gonna be like, oh god, this was something I could do so easily before, and now I'm having such trouble. Although I will have much better control. Like I really think this controller is going to be good for Kingdom Hearts, especially.
I suggest you run now.
Because honestly, I don't think even the new Razer controller I got.
You may yet make it to shore.
I haven't actually run. I think I ran Kingdom Hearts maybe a few times on this new Razer controller, but I know I haven't run it on the Thrustmaster. And like, I don't know. I remember the buttons. I had another Razer controller, and the buttons on it were so hard to press. And so when you were like trying to skip stuff, when you were like mashing buttons to like skip cutscenes and stuff, it was so like, I mean, after a week or two of doing Kingdom Hearts speedruns, my thumb, and kind of like to the wrist part of the thumb, like was just, like even when I wasn't streaming, like just day to day, was just really sore and, you know, in a bit of pain. And so it was like I was having to take, it was like I can't do, even though I want to do another Kingdom Hearts speedrun tonight, I can't do it because my thumb is in too much pain. Like I remember that happened one night. I was trying to do a speedrun and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to PB on this run and my thumb's killing me, so I need to play something else. And I think most of that was the controller, just like not having a good controller for mashing. But now that I have good controllers for mashing, I think the Kingdom Hearts speedrun will be much less painful.
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time.
Because, like, for MGS2, the mashing and for Kingdom Hearts Run, the main importance is like you're skipping through the text. Like, all the text scenes that you have, skipping through that is just a lot of button mashing. Cutscenes aren't a big deal, but, like, the text scenes are. And like in MGS2, skipping a text scene, or, you know, codec scenes is what they are in MGS2. Skipping that is just press Y twice, and you skip through a whole codec scene. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts, you have to just sit there and keep pressing A. You just gotta keep pressing A. Which I didn't mean to do there, but, you know. You have to keep pressing A, and then you'll skip through a cutscene, or you'll skip through text scenes. You just have to keep mashing it. And so now that I've got a better controller for that, I think it'll go more smoothly. Oh yeah, Robin, I don't know if I showed you. I showed some viewers earlier, but I don't know if I showed you, Rome. I got this new controller. It's pretty similar to the Razer one I had. The D-pad's pretty different, but this is the other thing that's cool. So like, yeah, so like, what's this? Well, I didn't mean to skip to that cutscene, but
You don't have what it takes after all.
there we go. See, I can just take my thumbsticks out.
You're going down, Snake, with this tanker.
thumbstick, and then even the D-pad. And like I can take the D-pad out too, which allows me to basically turn an Xbox controller into a PlayStation controller. I just put my D-pad up there. I don't plan on doing it. Like the game I thought I was going to do it for was MGS1 on the PC, but MGS1 on the PC was also having issues recognizing my controller, so I may not actually end up doing that. But what's really cool is that like the company, I don't think they have any yet, but they're planning on like releasing a lot of different like basically like I can customize the controller, and like I can change the colors of the thumbsticks and stuff. I can change the colors of like the panels here. I can change the colors of like the triggers, I think. Like you can replace the triggers with different colors. The colors they have right now are basically just like blue camo and green camo, and I'm like, okay, like what am I, like a southern dude who just like only plays like Call of Duty? Oh wow, I didn't realize that was so easy. Like, and literally just like, yeah, this is like the side panel, and so you can get like different like stuff to like really customize your controller. And honestly, the controller itself is just pretty good. The dead zones are a little different. It takes some getting used to, but like the software that you can get for the controller, you can also like customize the dead zones and like change all of that. There are not only like little like trigger stops here that can like shorten your trigger length, but then you can also just like go into the app itself and like change like your trigger sensitivity. Like there's just so much customization with this controller, and I think like if you know what you're doing with controllers and you're like, and you can really know what you're doing when you're changing settings like that, you can really customize it and like make it so optimal for yourself. But it's fucking cool, dude. Yeah, thanks. It was super expensive. I mean, it's about as expensive as a Razer controller. I might end up, I don't know. I kind of want to keep them both, but like I might end up selling the Razer. Because like the Razer one's also a lot smaller. It's hard to tell, but like the handles on the Thrustmaster are like longer. And for someone with my hands, like I don't have big hands. I mean, I guess I kind of do have big hands, but like they're just like, I have really long fingers. My palms are about average size, but like my fingers are really long. And so it was expensive. It was. Yeah, no, I've got super long fingers, and so it makes my total hand size like huge, especially for like I'm only like 5'9", but like I have to buy like large size gloves because my hands, because of the finger length and my hands are technically huge. And so yeah, it's kind of helpful having a controller that like the handles are a little longer, and it like it rests, like my palms rest a little more comfortably with this. The buttons are just as good as the Razer ones. The D-pad is much better. And yeah, I mean it's got a lot of little buttons on the back that you can map to certain stuff. Yeah. Are they bigger than your palm? My fingers? I don't know if I have something that can measure that. Well, let's see. I'll just like measure kind of like palm height, and let me move it up to my finger. No, I mean, because like the height of my palm is still longer than like the length of my middle finger, but
Of course.
expensive but worth it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, worth it in the sense that like, oh, it helps me do speed runs faster. Which, I mean, I guess that it satisfies me personally, I guess, so there's that. Oh,
I hear the cleanup
duh.
isn't quite over yet.
You're so smart,
It takes
Rome.
time. But in the
Yeah,
meantime,
so I
the shell's
mean,
become a landmark.
middle
a symbol of
finger,
environmental
and I've
protection.
got it like at the base of my palm, and then it goes up to like the base of my middle finger.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group. Do we have an ID?
Can't do that on a stream. That's probably against TOS.
Terrorist training squad of Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained.
That's something too. I'm currently still multi-streaming to like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at the same time. But I'm considering just going back to Twitch, like renewing my affiliate status and just going back to Twitch. I don't know. I go back and forth. I think I'm probably gonna do the multi-streaming for about a month. For like the next month or so, I'm just gonna do the multi-stream and do multiple platforms. And then after that month, kind of assess and be like, okay, is it worth it to keep? Because it does cost me a little bit to multi-stream to platforms. And I'm also not getting the revenue from ads and subs from Twitch to kind of help with that. So it's like, is it worth it to keep doing that and trying to reach a broader audience? Or at this point, could I just kind of, you know, just kind of put my eggs in one basket, so to speak, and just stick with Twitch? Because I will say, Twitch has also just been better in my experience as both a streamer and a viewer. Twitch just like makes more sense. So part of me just kind of wants to go back.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
You just finished Final Fantasy V. Let's go, dude.
If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the
Let's go.
go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of
I know you're having some trouble with that game. Are you gonna start like FF6 next, maybe, or what's the next game you're thinking of moving on to?
Becoming the worst environmental disaster in history. You have 2 mission objectives. 1. Infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2. Disarm the terrorists by any means necessary.
Nice. Like literally the next day after you told me you couldn't finish it, it's like, oh wait, yep, I can finish it. Nice.
You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue
6 right now.
operation.
6 is great. 6 is probably my second favorite. If I had to rank my favorite Final Fantasy games, it's number 1 is 8, 6 is number 2, 10 I think is number 3 for me. Maybe 4. I don't know.
This is Snake.
3 is kind of, I think, so I really liked 10. 7 was good, I just think 7's overrated. But 7 is probably like my 3rd or 4th favorite. And 10 is also probably like my 3rd or 4th favorite. And then if I had to round out my top 5, I'd probably pick 4.
Any problems?
Like Final Fantasy 4. But yeah, that's the thing, the bottom 3, like 4, 10, and 7, they're all kind of like equally good to me.
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned.
It's so spread out. You mean like
Snake,
the navigation?
We're changing your code name for all following communication.
8 is for PS2? No, 8 is actually for PS1. So, you should be able to, 1, find it for an emulator. So you can probably find it for an emulator. Or you can also, like, they recently released a remastered version on the PC that also has, like, the ability to, like, you can, like, up your movement speed and up the game speed because sometimes the tech stuff can go slow.
If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 1.
Yeah, 8 does have some side quests. Like, there's not a whole lot of, at least compared to other Final Fantasies, there's not a whole lot of side quests, but there are several. But it also, like, the game doesn't, like, have, like, a journal or, like, a way to track your quests, so. But 8's really good. I could not recommend it more. Honestly, I don't remember how much the remaster costs, but if your PC can run it, Rome, I would be willing to buy you the Final Fantasy VIII remaster if your PC can run it for like a late Christmas present, because like it's just such a good game. Final Fantasy VIII is probably definitely one of my favorite games of all time, like in my top 5 favorite games of all time. Hey, Jokima, thanks for the GL. We're just learning normal. Tanker took us a while just to kind of learn the Hold 2 especially. I think is going to be the hardest for me to learn when it comes to this difficulty, but. You want to complete as much as you can. Fair. And I definitely recommend doing the side quests in 8 as well, but they're you're gonna need a strategy guide to find them. Because, I mean, maybe if you're just randomly flying across the map, you'll see them, but, like, for the most part, if you don't, like, use some kind of, your first time, like, doing the side quest, if you don't use some kind of, like, strategy guide or some way to, like, find them and do them, it's very difficult. Yeah. I mean, it might have a, you might be able to find a PS1 copy or the PS1 emulator you can probably run, and that's just as good, but yeah. If you need help with that, please let me know. I would love to help someone else experience Final Fantasy VIII. Right, like VE, like it was fun, and like I'm glad I got world record, and once D-Limes or whoever inevitably breaks my world record, I plan on going back and playing it more. I'm psyched to eventually do the PC VE League whenever I assume they're going to do another season, and I'm probably going to participate in it. So I'm psyched to do that. But yeah, right? There's no risk. It's like, oh, I can literally just like fuck with all these guards, and it's like, oh, let me just go to another loading zone, and I'm safe. But yeah, there's a lot more risk to normal, and especially my plan is like I want to learn all the difficulties for MGS2, and I want to do. I mean, ideally, I would love to get world record for every difficulty for MGS2 HD console. That's my current goal. But it's gonna take, especially once I get up to like hard and then into Euro Extreme, it's gonna be a lot. You need to be able to fail, right? It's like you gotta have that rush. Yeah, the fights are a little slow in 6. That's true. Right. And that's the thing, if you emulate the Final Fantasy VIII version, sometimes, whether you emulate or you do the remaster, sometimes running it faster can, like, crash your game. And that's super fucking frustrating. Trust me, I've been there. But yeah. Wait, is the M9 in the same place on normal? That's very important. I need to, let me...
Photo and a 3-spot photo. 2-spot is basically getting 4 pictures in 2 spots because of the... So the starter plant going to the starter bomb disposal, there's really not much to do here. So I'm just going to explain some things as I go and just play the game as I normally would.
Okay, so he just goes through, yeah. You run PS2 games, you preaching your PS1. Nice, yeah, so you should be able to do it. Right, I also thought it was in a different location, which, like, I'm eventually... Oh, God, no, don't do that. Once I get to the point where I feel more confident as far as, like, what I know about this game, I'm going to start editing the MGSR, like, wiki, especially the MGS2 spot, like, the difficulty differences, because they've already got a lot there. But there's a lot of small stuff that they just don't have. Like, it's not there. And it needs to be. Is there any FF game that has post-game stuff? Oh, absolutely. I can't think of off the top of my head. I know FF14, the one they released, 14 or 15, the one they kind of released recently with Noctis, that definitely has end-game stuff. Like, you beat the game, and then it allows you to continue and to keep going. Final Fantasy X2 might have that, but as far as between 10 and 15, it like... 10, I don't think has any end-game stuff. Like, you beat the game, and then that's it. You have to do... anything you want to do, I think you have to do before you beat Sin, but I could be wrong about that. Right, because D-Limes, I think, yeah, you're right. He has, like, a tutorial for every difficulty, at least for the HD PC versions. Like, he's really broken it down and, like, made every difficulty. But MGS3, I feel like, is lacking in resources. And that's kind of a... I kind of want to go to MGS1 PC first after this game. And then I want to jump to MGS3 HD console. Like, that category is wide open. Right, and his tutorials are like, okay, here's the strat, and it's like kind of optimal, or it's the most safe, and here's some riskier stuff, and here's the riskier thing if you fuck up, and here's a backup for it, but here's the riskier thing if you do it and it's correct, and it's like, God bless you, D-Limes. But yeah, we're also watching some cutscenes and stuff because we can.
Open the door, skip the cutscene, skip the codec. And again, if I tend to inadvertently press L1 or hold L1 as I go along for some reason.
I've sighted an enemy sentry.
He said the bar. Yeah, like
and a Makarov.
I've only ever like I just started speedrunning games. Period. Like 3 or 4 months ago, and I started with Kingdom Hearts 1. And this tutorial video I watched was actually really good too. But like it was a few years behind, and like the current like world record holder, like the two people that kind of swap right now, like neither of them have like tried to like make a tutorial or anything either, and it's like then I don't know. I think I've only experienced 2 different speedrunning communities: Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear. And while Kingdom Hearts speedrunning, I'm not trying to, you know, bash them or anything. It's a great community, and there's a lot of resources out there for sure. But like, I feel like the MGSR community has just, the level of resources is just ridiculous. Like, for me to just like come in with like just a couple weeks of research. I mean, I know I have a next-gen console, but like to come in with just like a couple weeks of research and to be able to just start doing this game like really well, I think really speaks to the fact of like the resources available and the amount of work that people have done prior to me. Like all this work that's been done and all these tutorials and all these guides that are here, and like it's a testament to the fact that all that stuff is so good and well researched that I can just like come in, do a fair amount of research, and just, you know,
pull up the
take
map
off.
of the structure. That'll let you activate the
Andreas,
Soliton radar.
Yeah, GTA games are really good for in-game stuff, and honestly, I might end up playing a GTA game on stream soon. Part of me really wants to buy Assassin's Creed Valhalla and play that on stream, just as like a casual, just like story-based game that I could like maybe have some fun with chat with. Because I don't know, I'm getting, I do love speedrunning, but like I am getting a little like, it is a little exhausting being like, okay, let me learn the speedrun entirely, and then I get world record, and it's like, okay, I guess I'll learn another difficulty, and like, you know, it's just like this like, it can start to feel like a bit of a slog, and so part of me kind of wants to buy an Assassin's Creed Valhalla or something like that, and just have some fun.
And allow you access to the node. Complete the
Right, so yeah, like, there you go, Jokima. Like, yeah, you have more experience with like different games and like speedrunning. You've been doing it for a few years now, and like D-Lime just blows it out of the water. Completely agree. Completely agree. Oh, how about the other profile? Oh, Super Mario 64. I was about to say, like, that... There might be... I think, out of all the games, Super Mario 64 might be the most, like, researched and, like... It probably has the biggest speedrun community of all games, I would feel like. Maybe Super Mario Bros. 1. Actually. But I don't know, Super Mario 64...
The bright dot in the
They're mostly just silent videos with inputs on screen. Oh, that's rough.
dots are your enemies,
So you kind of just have to like combine the fact that you have these text guides and like this video thing, and you kind of have to combine the two, whereas D-Lime's this video is just like, that's all you need. Just take, what I did is I just watched D-Lime's video and I just took my own personal notes. And I think that's the best thing for any speedrunner to do. Just watch a tutorial video, if there is one, and just take your notes.
Layout map should now be available after touching the start button.
Yeah, you just end up having to cross-reference a ton of stuff where it's just like, oh, let me just watch this one D-Lime's video, take some personal notes, and then I only have to look at this like text file.
Jack, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved.
And that's the thing too, once you really start running a game, you can really start like paring down your notes. Because originally, my MGS1, or my MGS2 notes, like
Foxhound analyst that
it was
supposed to
multiple
take part
like
in this mission was
pages.
in an
Like
accident.
if I would to do like
Rosemary was
page
brought in as a
down,
replacement.
it was like, you know, 5 or 6
And according to the
pages.
files,
Whereas
she knows
now,
you better than anybody
now that I've
else.
just ran it a few
Rose
times,
may be in the service, but
it's
an
down to 2.
intelligence analyst is no field
Kingdom Hearts
officer.
was the same way. It
Not
started
to
out
worry.
as like
She has our technical
10 to
staff at her
15
disposal.
pages, and just once you
She's
start
never been a
running it
part of a field
regularly and
mission.
you're like,
This
oh,
is
okay, I don't
insane.
need these notes
I have
anymore. This
my
is just
own
muscle
reasons for
memory to
selecting
me.
her for this
You can
mission,
just cut it
soldier.
out. It's
Colonel,
great.
I fail to see.
I know your VR training performance in and out.
Splits is your notes.
But
Yeah,
sometimes
fair.
that's not enough.
That would be better if I
You're
had like
familiar with
a
the
game that I
Shadow
auto
Moses incident?
split. Like I don't
No,
auto
I
split
covered it in
MGS2
VR.
on the
If there's a
console,
crucial tactical
because
detail that case
as far as I
tells,
know, there's
it
no
was
way
the
to
power
auto
of the
split
operative's will
on the
to
console for
survive.
MGS2. Kingdom Hearts 1 had an auto
My
split
personal
where you could
feelings have
actually
no
run it on the
place in a mission.
console
We've
and
learned
use
that
an
it
auto
doesn't
splitter
work
for your
that
PC,
way.
but it
And
was
on the
somewhat
field,
unreliable.
You need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you
Right,
like
with
it or
PC and
not.
auto splitter, it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, your splits
need
are your
someone to
notes
watch
because
your
like,
back.
where am I supposed to go
But
next?
I
Oh,
have
literally,
conditions
my
that need to
split
be
tells
met,
me.
Colonel.
So
What is it?
I'll
on the
perform my
console,
duties and
like
save
I
that
just
mission
have
data.
I just
But
have
I'm
major
aware that
splits as far as like,
technically I'm
oh,
not part of the
here's
mission
Olga,
control team.
here's Guard Rush,
After
here's
all,
Fat
I'm
Man.
just a normal
Bomb
girl who's
disposal
worried
is my
about
biggest
Jack.
split. Bomb
But that
disposal and
means,
Vamp
Colonel,
2,
that I am
where it's
not
just like
required to
bomb
follow your
disposal involves a
orders
lot
outside
of
my
stuff
immediate duties.
and a lot of
Jack is not
movement.
simply
In
a
Vamp
field
2
person
also,
on the track.
like Vamp
His
2,
safety comes first
Vamp
to
is
me,
literally
not
only
the
like
mission.
5 seconds
because of
at
that,
most of
I will
Vamp
be
2,
monitoring
but I just
and
call it
keeping a
Vamp
record
2
of
even though it
every
involves like a lot of
communication you
Emma
have with him,
movement.
Colonel.
Given the
I'm thinking about
circumstances, you're
splitting
free
that
to do what
split
you see
up because
fit.
it just makes
Hey,
sense.
I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is right.
I forgot how
For the
weird
duration
this
of the mission,
was.
Could you call him that?
And I'm eventually gonna run it on
Yes,
PC
sir.
too, by the way.
All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're
Raiden.
ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is
I
1/4.
I love how, so these are AIs, right? I mean, if you know the story, huh? Spoiler alert. But if you know the story of MGS2, like, Colonel and Rose are AIs when they're talking to Raiden here. And so they programmed in the AI for her to make this awkward mistake with calling him Jack, which I kind of get. But just the interaction between Rose and the Colonel is just very much like, wait, are y'all real people? Wait, is there no codec here? Oh wait, no, that was the codec. Yeah, that's right. So I assume this works the same too.
Raiden, the
So that codec is different.
And it's just discards, push down, pull a bunch. Now you can do this room a million different ways.
A million,
I'm
chat.
just gonna show one way. The objective is just to get on the elevator without having an alert. The rest of it really doesn't matter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come and grab this ration that's over here.
Ooh, smart. Wow, so yeah, the time, so it's interesting because with very easy, you pretty much get 2 codec scenes in a row. Like you get the codec that we just watched, and then after you see the guards kind of like waking up, immediately goes into a codec. But apparently for normal, and I guess higher difficulties as well, it gives you time to actually move a little bit, and then the codec comes in.
And then I'm gonna stand right here. Let this guard notice me. And let this guard notice me. And then just head towards the elevator.
Okay.
Who's there? Requesting backup unit.
So we didn't do that anywhere near perfect. Really? So we can't retry that. We have to move this dude. Yep. Because where we punch kicked him, he was just barely in the elevator. It didn't allow us to go up. Big rip.
Pretty simple.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero of Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
And the elevator. Let this guard notice.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries.
So what I'm gonna do is
it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training after all. Stay extra sharp until you can find a node to log in from.
That sounds like
what about the
something that's not real.
commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on struts B and C.
And the president?
Seems he was spotted on strut B.
Strut B?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of strut A, shell 1 at the moment.
Ah, stop clicking that.
First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Sorry, we're taking some notes.
Let this guard notice me. Then let this guard notice me. And then just head towards the elevator. Pretty simple. Press X to skip that cutscene, head into the elevator, and that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple room, nothing really to it.
Cool.
We're gonna cartwheel to go prone here. Go under that. Press select.
M9 is not there. See, that's something that isn't even mentioned on like when you go to the MGS2. Like the speedrunning wiki, you go to MGS2 and its difficulty differences. Nothing is mentioned about the M9 as far as like different placement. I feel like that's a huge difference between the difficulties because M9 is quite important.
The line or the invisible wall to answer the call is right here. Go frame perfect, answer the codec call. Wheel down the stairs, start another, and then it's going to stop you because another cutscene is going to play. You want to be cartwheeling as much as you can in the plant. It's faster than just running. But you want to be careful not to cartwheel into walls or accidentally go prone and stuff like that.
SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us.
Necessary.
You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's direct command, and the NSDD came from the Vice President and the Secretary of Defense. Your mission may be top secret, but it's gone through the usual channels.
go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay? Understood.
Oh yeah, you got a codec here.
电量低，请及时充电。
All right. Well, okay, we're just gonna do this.
Colonel, I've located the node, but it's under heavy surveillance. I can't get in any closer.
Distract them. Try making some
So
noise
glad
to
I
draw
ordered
their
a
attention
new-
away.
How?
So glad I
Flatten
ordered a new
yourself against a
soundbar.
wall and
The
hit
soundbar I
pause
have
button.
is okay, but the battery life is shit.
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
No,
Face
just
any
use your
waist-high
cartwheels.
railing
What are you
and
talking
push
about?
the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right, I'm giving it a try.
Don't forget the grip gauge. It will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
Copy that.
Wait a second. I just intercepted new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before,
Art
they
reel
need to be
into
kept
the
in the dark
cutscene
about our presence.
So we just listen in.
I'm patching it through.
This is Alpha Zero. We have the president. Is he safe? He is safe. What about the
Do one
package?
cartwheel here.
Tell the guys
This cartwheel
upstairs that
can
we've
be a little
secured the
tricky
package.
getting out the door.
Easy
You're,
money.
you're basically just going to
Good
go at an
work.
angle,
Your retrieval is
put a
on the way.
cartwheel towards
Come
the
on
door,
home. Roger
press
that.
select, make cartwheel purple here
Alpha
and
Zero,
fall.
report. Damn it, cover the president.
I
Come
press
in,
triangle.
Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack. This is crazy. Is that?
Again, more stuff
Alpha
to skip.
Zero, respond.
There's so much stuff to skip in
All
this game.
Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's
BC
life is
connecting
in
bridge,
danger.
You're going to want to
Hit
pick up these
destruct
check
B
minis that are right
now.
here. It's going to be very important for 2 rooms coming up in bomb disposal.
Ah, so we do need those chaffs. Yeah, I guess we don't have to worry about the M9 Stillman glitch, because it's irrelevant, because we don't have the M9. They don't even pick up the M9? That might be true. I mean, I'm just kind of watching D-Lem's video as we go, but you might be right. Although I wonder, like, how is Stret D then? I feel like Strut D would be very... Jesus. I feel like Strut D would be quite difficult if you don't have the M9 after you, like, coolant the guard or whatever, right?
Now, I'll explain this real quick because some people get this a lot. When the camera changes and you try to do a cartwheel, sometimes what will happen is like a seam crouch, if you will, where you'll go prone when you try to do a cartwheel because the camera changes. Like it's kind of hard to try to replicate it when you're explaining it, but what I try to do when I know the camera's gonna change, I wait to do the cartwheel. That way I don't. Something to keep in mind for certain areas. Then do your cartwheel. You can do bomb disposal. Now, there's 2 ways you can do bomb disposal. You can go clockwise or you can go counterclockwise. There's another guide that if you want to see the counterclockwise route, go and view that. I can show people to that. I'll probably link it as well. But for
the other guy's plywood, and I love the plywood box strat. Using the boxes to get around.
Guide, I'm going to show the clockwise route. This is one of the main reasons why I want to make my own guide, because it's not really demonstrated. It's about 25 seconds faster if you do it this way. It does involve not picking up the M9. So it is a little more challenging, but it does reap its benefits.
Okay, so actually, I guess if you don't use clockwise, you also get to pick up the M9. So yeah, you're right. The tutorial video I'm watching, at least, the D-Limes, is like, you go clockwise and you don't pick up the M9. I knew I should have saved my clockwise routes there. But I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. I'll keep the cutscenes going. I'll be right back.
What are you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Get down! Where is he?
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
Vamp,
Yeah, Queen?
are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
We back. I like how Raiden in this scene picks up like an M4 or whatever that is, but you don't actually get to keep the M4.
Hold on.
I guess it's an M4 or an M16. Oh, right, because I think it's Snake's gun. I mean, sorry, not Snake.
My name is...
Iroquois Pliskin.
My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Sorry, forgot that that's not Snake. That's actually Iroquois Pliskin. As you can see, credited as Iroquois Pliskin. So clearly he cannot be Solid Snake.
How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Have I seen you before?
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, I was like, what was the bug supposed to signify? And I think it's actually because, like...
That's right.
I don't think it happens yet, but when you come in later to, like, Strut A, there's a lot of bugs, and they're clearly, like, coming out of a vent. And I don't think of it, the story ever actually addresses it. But I think it's, like, kind of evidence, like, the fact that he has bugs on him. It's like, you did not descend from a chopper into here if you've got, like, a cockroach in your in your pants. Like, you probably came to a vent or something.
Indistinguishable from the real thing.
Talking about VR stuff, doesn't really matter. Basically, Raiden's just a VR soldier.
So you're saying that VR training is some kind of mind control?
Right, what's going on?
Kinda.
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead.
So
No,
this is
a
why when you
single
go into the
survivor.
codec scene, it doesn't actually start the way a codec does. Because you're already talking.
What about the president?
Looks like they took him somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah. Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
So
It's a
go
little
this
too
way.
late for that.
Head up the CD connecting bridge. Here we're gonna do some menus.
Take a look.
SOCOM, coolants. And then you can check your menus mid cartwheel to see if you're up. Here we're gonna do some menus.
What the
SOCOM,
hell?
Coolants.
A Navy captain.
And then you can check your menus mid cartwheel to see if you're on the right items. And then
Okay, you can just avoid that camera.
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak.
That blood-sucking freak.
we're gonna do strut D. If you get spotted by the camera, just get in the door before the alert.
He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
So strut
way
D.
he
Strut
moved
D,
didn't
we're
seem
gonna
human.
You won't see that in
carry an
VR, I
alert
guarantee.
starting here
What
for
is he?
a couple of rooms.
One of the members of Dead Cell.
We
Dead
do this
Cell? Him?
very easy
A
and
special
normal. Very
forces
easy.
unit
We
created
the
by
alerts up here, so
ex-President
it doesn't
George
matter.
Sears.
Normal,
The
it's
name was
just kind of
originally
funny 'cause
intended to
we're using
reflect its
alerts and
anti-terrorist
whatnot to
functions.
our
The
advantage.
unit would launch
So
unannounced
basically what we're
assaults
gonna
on
do
government
is
complexes
at
for the
this
ultimate
little mini
terrorism
stairs coming up,
simulation.
we're gonna shoot
They were
a
needed to
warning
show
shot,
VR troopers like you how to
and
deal
then
with
I'll
the real
explain the rest
thing.
as I go.
But around the time their
Cartwheel,
original leader died in
warning
prison,
shot.
the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after U.S. allies, even civilians. We estimate that no fewer than 100 people died as a result of
Cartwheel
accidents
again.
the Dead
Go
Cell
down right
arranged on
here.
their own. They were out of control, and it all came to a head
Open this
6 months
hatch.
ago.
Crouch.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
How should I know? I told you they were on the lunatic
And
fringe.
defuse the bomb.
What about their leader?
If you
He
crouch
says
and
he's
defuse
Solid
the bomb
Snake.
right here,
Snake
it's
died
faster
2
than
years
just standing
ago.
up and defusing the bomb.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
He's a
There
legend.
are
Legends
places
are
where
usually
you can
bad
get a faster
news.
bomb,
There's
but
not a lot
all
of
bombs
difference
can be
between
fast
heroes and
bombs.
madmen.
You're saying Snake is still
Again,
alive
just
and pulled
continue to
another
cartwheel
one?
'cause it's faster.
No, he's not involved in
If
this
you end
one.
up
His body
cartwheeling
was positively
as you
ID'd
get shot,
2 years
it'll
ago.
cancel out Raiden's animation, and it's a little bit quicker than just getting shot while on foot.
And buried.
Now, this I'm going to explain beforehand.
What about
because
the other
there's not much
soldiers?
time in between to
I
explain
saw
while
Russian
I'm
equipment
going.
too.
So,
Former
on the bottom part of
Soviet
the bridge, we're
military.
gonna do
They're
one
probably
cartwheel.
mercenaries.
At the bottom of the staircase,
The big
we're gonna
shell
shoot a
is too
warning
much
shot.
ground for just Dead Cell
The
members to
attacking
hold
guard
down.
is going to notice us. We'll,
You weren't briefed on any of
and
this?
then once we get to the
And you
top
came
of
in
the
alone to
stairs,
boot?
the regular guard that's
Why?
going to be to our right, we're going to shoot him once.
What are you
and then
really
we're gonna
doing
cartwheel into
here?
him.
Can't tell me, huh?
So one cartwheel.
Fine with me.
Shoot a shot there.
I don't smoke.
Keep it anyway. May come in handy.
Shoot a shot there.
Take this too.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero. Currently at the
Fail.
bridge between struts B and C. The president is...
Shoot a shot there.
Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some
Get
bad
shot
dream.
here. Shoot him.
Alpha, anyone,
And
come
then
in.
you can
All
either
Alpha.
roll
This is Bravo Zero.
or
Aren't you
cartwheel
going to
past
answer him?
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
like that,
I need
or
a
you
few more
cartwheel
minutes.
into him. Either or works.
Remember my frequency.
That,
It's
get shot here. Shoot
141.80.
him. And then you can either roll or
141.80.
cartwheel past him
Got
like
it.
that, or
I've
you
been
cartwheel
briefed
into
on
him.
this plant's
Either
layout.
or works.
If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell,
And
contact
you may get
me.
shot a second time
You're
like
using
that.
nano
not a big deal.
communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into
Here
your
we're
frequency.
just gonna run past everybody and everything. Run up the stairs.
Hey,
And
what's your
then
name?
we do all that because the alert goes away here. Because the cutscene is about to come.
Raiden. Strange code name. Makes it for the boring one my parents gave me.
Jack.
Maybe I'll find out
Here I
someday.
use D-pad. I start cartwheeling here. Now here's when I menu to the chat because we're gonna need it for strut F. Just do it. You have to do it after the cutscene, otherwise your menus won't hold. So between now.
Okay. So now we get to do stuff. Oh wait, we don't do our menu yet here.
Jack, it's me.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
Do it here. You can do it anytime between now and strut F.
Jack, do you remember what day tomorrow is?
Line,
that again.
Cartwheel, go prone.
I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose?
Press
Talk
X,
to me.
And then
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
What we do, that's called a coolant rise.
Important
it's faster
enough,
than just pressing
and we'll
X
talk about it tomorrow.
And getting up.
Why not now?
Having the
Tomorrow
it's
seems more
faster than
appropriate.
X,
I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission?
Cartwheel.
Okay.
Cartwheel.
I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow, no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
A legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
Notice how I'm cartwheeling
He's
it
dead
every straight
now,
away
isn't
that I
he?
can because it's
Yes.
faster.
Should be a burial record somewhere too. You should be able to
Cartwheel
request
there
top-level
so you
security
can
clearance from the
cartwheel into this
Colonel.
codec.
That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as
And
soon
then
as
I go
find
this
out
way to
something.
avoid the mines.
Okay. Taking notes as we go. Actually, there's another cutscene, isn't it? More notes.
I tend to hold down left there. That way, I'm kind of like hugging into the wall and then I'm not in danger of bouncing off the wall and hitting the mine that's right there when you get off the wall.
Oh yeah, just a like, point I wanted to talk about. I love how like throughout this game, especially right there, like Rose is like, "Oh Jack, my boyfriend, do you know why today is so important?"
Come, put
And it's
me
just
out of
like,
my misery.
oh, so your romantic partner is literally just pointedly asking you, "Oh, I wonder." You're just saying something like, "I wonder why today is so important." Like, birthday, anniversary. Those are the only two possibilities. And, like, the fact that Jack... I get it. He's on a mission. He's very laser-focused, and maybe he's been, you know, incommunicado and off the grid for a few days and hasn't been keeping track of what day it is. But, like... just the fact, like, when your partner says something like, "Do you know why today is so important?" Like, there's literally two possibilities, and birthday's pretty easy to remember, because it's just like, oh, I know what general month I'm in. Is Rose's birthday this month? It's probably not. So, like, there's literally only one other possibility, and it's anniversary. And you'd be able to remember, oh, yeah, I guess our anniversary is, like, in the middle of June, and, like, I started preparation for this mission at the beginning of June. And so, like, maybe, just maybe, it's my fucking anniversary. I don't know. I remember playing this game as an early teen who had like I had maybe one, and you don't even call it, I don't even know if you can call a girlfriend you had at 12 years old a girlfriend, but like I maybe had one actual girlfriend at most. One actual romantic partner, and it's like, oh, I know what she's getting at. Like the Jack is so fucking stupid. It's like, huh? What? What are you talking about? Why would a date be important? Come on, Jack.
So now Strata. As soon as you enter Strata, you're gonna want to throw your chaff. Run past that guard.
Sorry, my beauties.
Come down here at the rail.
I'll see you again
and
someday.
defuse this bomb. You're gonna get shot, which is not a big deal. Defuse this bomb. You're gonna get shot, which is not a big deal.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna get shot because it's in the middle of your like coolant animation.
And then just get out of the room.
Colonel, SEAL Team 10's Bravo team was wiped out.
I see.
What happened to the cargo choppers?
Both of them are at the bottom of the
You're gonna
harbor.
throw your next
Looks like
shaft
your new
immediately
hosts
here.
have a Harrier too.
A Harrier? What is this?
Calm
A
down.
Harrier?
It just
What
means
is
they
this?
anticipated the attack.
What?
Besides, since the
And then we're
SEALs
gonna
drew
menu
their
our
fire,
coolant,
your infiltration went off without a hitch. On top of that, we know their defensive capabilities.
Are you saying this was all a feint?
Raiden, get a hold of yourself. The
Get a
entire
hold of
mission
yourself,
is in your
Raiden.
hands now. Do you understand?
But
there's no time for questions. They could decide to retaliate for that failed
Just walk
assault.
past this guard.
You
If
mean the
don't,
hostages?
Just don't bump into him,
They
otherwise
could
you'll
be
get
in
shot or
danger,
killed.
yes. But we need to consider the possibility that they'll blow the whole shell. If that toxic spell does take place,
Run
it'll
past them, and
devastate
then
not only the
that's pretty
harbor,
much it.
but poison the coastline
can't
for
call for backup.
generations. Raiden, we've had to adjust the mission objectives. The priority is now on removing those C4s that the
Strata
terrorists
can
wired
be
over the big
a
shell.
little interesting.
The president can wait,
This particular
but this
guard
can't.
Colonel, you know I'm no bomb disposal expert.
is what we
That's
call
not
a
a problem.
lottery guard.
The Bravo team brought an explosives
You
probe
Lottery
with them.
guard.
You hold him
He
up
was supposed to
and cartwheel
stand
him.
by on Strut C
One of two
according to
things
their
can
mission
happen.
plan.
You
You should
can
find him
either
there.
get
Is
a
this
caution,
according to simulation 2?
or you cannot
What are you
get a caution.
talking about?
And
Get to
there's
Strut
strategies for
C and find him.
Understood. But I need to ask you something before...
both or you cannot get a caution, and their strategies cartwheel into him. One of two things can happen. You can either get a caution, or you cannot get a caution, and there are strategies for both options. So we won't know what we have until we're almost done defusing the bomb. So here we're going to do a coolant rise. We're going to equip to the coolant. Then we're going to do the same thing here. And then we can defuse this bomb from back here because we did that. And then we're also standing right here. If you're standing farther back or too close, then you can't defuse the bomb. You want to hold down... Again, another coolant rise. You want to hold down right here. That way... you could potentially move a little quicker. And this guard hasn't called in the caution, so we got the faster strategy for getting out of this room. I will demo the caution strategy after I demo this part of the run. Cartwheel into him, because if you don't cartwheel into him, he'll call in the caution after he notices you and comes out of his holdup. So it's very important that you cartwheel into him if he doesn't end up calling the caution in.
Cool. Okay. So I think we've got some more cutscenes though, so we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit more here. Well, let me pull up my notes. I actually need them now. That's right, we got plenty of cutscenes coming up.
And then just basically, depending on how fast or slow you are with this room, that particular guard is going to be in a weird location. So if you need to go around, if you need to shoot him, then cartwheel into him like I just did, just do whatever you can to not get an alert out of him and not get kicked by him or shot.
And what happened to SEAL Team 10?
They're all dead.
All of them?
You're going to hold select here. Now, one other thing I'll note that goes.
Did I tell you you could move?
He's not.
If you're under caution, this codec gets deferred.
Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid.
For caution, this codec gets deferred until
my name is Peter.
PC connecting bridge.
Peter Steele.
So if you end up getting a caution, don't hold select as you're entering the
Indian head,
bridge.
also a consultant for the NYPD bomb squad.
A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
Under normal circumstances, you'll hold select as you enter the bridge.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody.
I'm gonna shoot a warning shot as soon as we get outside.
A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me.
Cartwheel into this guard.
All I lost was this leg.
Just be on our way. We're gonna shoot a warning shot as soon as we.
You're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Just ancient history now.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students,
and then just be
the Emperor of Explosives.
As long as you have good movement, you won't get alert.
He built an atomic bomb when he was only 10. I created him in a sense.
Cartwheel into this guard.
And that's why you're here.
I'm pretty rusty.
And then just be on
I was supposed to supervise
good
the bomb
movement,
disposal.
you won't get alert.
Looks like it was taken care of before I had my turn.
I wouldn't say that.
Now, Strut B, we're going to take an alert here intentionally, and then we're going to kill
There are at least 2 people here who can claim to be experts at bomb disposal.
We're going to run and gun this guard.
SEAL Team 10? I didn't see you at the mission.
Close the locker. Press X to skip the cutscene.
Oh,
Gun this guard.
With another squad. My name is Pliskin, Lieutenant Junior Grade. Honored to meet you, sir.
Run and gun
Mr.
this
Pliskin,
guard.
do you have any experience with explosives?
Close the locker.
Don't worry about me. And he looks young, but he can do it. But we need more manpower.
I'm
What's your name?
Raiden.
That's an odd name.
Any other survivors?
There was also an engineer with me.
Press X to skip the
engineer?
cutscene, and then defuse this bomb.
A skinny guy. He went in with us.
Where is he?
I haven't seen him since that skirmish.
Was he killed?
I don't think so.
And then we're just going to beeline it for the
They told me he was a
door
security
as soon as
systems
this
architect for the big shell.
Why would they take a civilian along?
Everything in this structure is computer controlled.
And the reason
he
why
was supposed to
we
get us
want
past all the
this
security
is because
measures.
I never heard anything about that.
He had official orders with him.
We'll leave that for later. Right now, we need to figure out how to deal with all the bombs.
The cipher on the BC
But
bridge
there's no one left
is gonna
from the
be facing
SEAL's
a
EOD
totally
squad.
different way.
Yep. So
it's
we
like
have to
facing
do it
south,
ourselves.
so it doesn't
But I've never
notice you
defused
or
a
see
bomb
you or
before.
anything.
Hold on a
Nice.
second.
Off to confer with the CO again.
Glad to hear Stillman is safe. Assist him in any way possible to clear the C4 from the structure.
Colonel, you
Here's
know
what it
I've
looks
never
like
been
if you
trained in
get the
bomb
caution.
disposal.
It's all right. The man you're working with is the best in the field. All you have to do is follow his directions. You will, of course, keep your identity and mission objectives to yourself.
Is it true that an engineer came in with Stillman?
I wasn't informed of that. It's probably something the SEALs decided on their own. There are more important issues at hand, Raiden. The enemy may retaliate for the failed assault. Get those C4s neutralized now.
Colonel,
And again,
I'm
depending on
not
how fast
qualified
you
for
are,
bomb
this guard can
disposal.
be in a different
Jack,
position.
it's me.
We'll
Rose?
just cartwheel
You
into
can
him.
do this. Trust me.
Don't
You
hold
haven't
select.
had bomb disposal
You're under
training
caution.
per se in VR,
Don't do the
but you're
distraction
more
shot
than
since you're
capable
under
of
caution.
handling C4.
We're gonna go up.
This is a little different from using C4.
Okay, this is
You're
different.
up for this. You know that.
How about it, kid? Are the results in yet?
There's no need to think about this so much. You won't actually be dismantling the bomb. That's not for amateurs. What we'll try here instead is a temporary freezing measure. Here, look at this. This is a C4 bomb. It's live.
Be
You can
cautious.
see it pulsing.
We're just cartwheeling
Now you
depending
spray
on...
this on the sucker and there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly.
Here's what it looks like if
How
you
long does
get
the
the
effect
caution.
last?
There's no way the thing can detonate in this condition. Even if you leave it alone, it'll stay out of commission for at least 24 hours.
That's enough time.
If we had the manpower, I'd recommend complete disposal.
Get the caution.
But this will have to do. The spray can be used from several yards away. Now check the floor, ceiling, walls, under a table, everywhere. Try to imagine the locations the bomber would choose.
That won't be easy. We don't know a thing about Fat Man.
Is there anything that'll help us locate the bombs?
Here, take this with you.
I do have to
It's what they
take a
call
quick
an ion
restroom break.
mobility
I'll be
spectrometer.
right back, y'all.
It can recognize ionized gas emitted by C4s.
The what? In other words, that little gadget sniffs out C4's scent.
That's right. I've established a link up with your radar network, so any scent detected will be represented visually. Have the sensor activated and keep your eye on the radar.
What if he's using some other odorless substance?
I know Fat Man well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
Signatures?
Yes, on every bomb he builds, he always leaves a trace of the cologne he uses. The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum.
Is that something he learned from you?
No, it was his own quirk. He wouldn't work by any rules except his own, and he followed them like a religion. And common sense wasn't one of his strong points. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. There's something very unusual about an ability like that. Even at Indian Head, he got special treatment. I remember some people called him one of the fat cats. Maybe that's what started all this. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills. And now I have to stop him from using it to destroy us all.
Let's see how well that sensor works.
All right. I'm activating him. Watch. You see the green stuff on the radar? That's a visual representation of the C4 scent detected by the sensor.
It's a pretty big area, isn't it?
Don't complain. It's better than nothing.
Just activate the sensors and search the area, okay?
All right.
Don't forget that you need the radar to use this system. Log into the node at every strut and turn the radar on.
We have to keep out of the enemy's sight, too.
Because the radar gets knocked offline when we're spotted?
Exactly.
Okay.
Fat Man would have allotted some C4s here in Strut C as well.
Here?
I know the structure of this facility, and if he wants to take out the plant, where he would target.
You know this for sure?
Of course. I taught him the techniques he uses. His ideas are based on my theories.
Depending on how fast
Demolition
you are,
is a
this
kind of
guard could be in a
ideology. It
different
makes
position.
no exceptions for time or place. Big shell consists of 2 hexagons joined end on end, north to south.
And again, depending on
There
how
should be
fast
packets
you
of
are, this guard
C4s
could
on
be in a
each of the
different position.
vertices, or the struts in this
We'll just
case.
cartwheel onto him.
You need at least that
Don't
to take
hold
a building
select
of this integrity out.
since you're under caution. Don't do the
6
distraction
on
shot
shell
since
1,
you're under
another
caution.
6 on shell 2.
We're gonna go up here.
A total of 12 bombs
roll.
at least.
Considering the shell's architecture and composition from an engineering standpoint, that's my conclusion. And it's exactly
Distraction
what he would have
shot since
decided
you're
as
under
well.
caution. We're gonna go up here, roll, and then we're gonna bump into this guard.
Kid, this place is
Don't
all
do
yours.
the
I'll
distraction
take care
shot
of shell
since
2.
you're under caution. We're gonna go up here, roll,
Take this.
roll, and then we're gonna bump into this guard.
What's this?
Security card issued to shell personnel. The big shell security layout includes varying levels of clearance. The clearance level is identified by the number printed
Very
on these
important that you
doors.
bump into the guard.
Right,
That way the alert
your
doesn't get
card
called
key
in.
can open doors with security clearance level
Here's
1.
going to be very similar
Pliskin,
to what you would
your
do
card can
normally.
get you into
You're
level
going to
3.
kill this guard.
You needed to get next door to shell 2.
Very similar to what you would do normally.
How did you
We're
get
just gonna
this?
Kill this
That
guard.
engineer I told you about gave it to me. He was supposed to program a set of all access cards once we were on site. Unfortunately, this card won't get you into every area of this structure.
We'll have to deal with the remaining security lockouts as they come up. Let's get going. You stay here.
No, I'm going.
The two of us can handle it, don't worry.
But...
You'll just slow us down with that leg of yours. There's a war going on here. I don't have...
You can tell us what to do over the radio, like in the original mission plan.
All right. I'll give you instructions from here. I may also need to prepare a backup plan just in case.
In case of what?
Good luck.
And everything from here on is pretty much business as usual.
Who dares wins.
If anything comes up, let me know. My frequency is 140.25.
And then
good luck, kid. I'll see you later. Semper Fi.
That man's no SEAL. I don't even think he's a Navy man.
What?
Semper Fi. Marine Corps talk. Normally, team leaders stay in the CP and give orders with those headphones.
But you get the call there
and as far as I know, SEALs keep their officers away from the field.
Select.
And Who Dares Wins is a model of the British Special Air Service.
Is he one of the terrorists then?
No, somehow I don't think so.
As soon as
if there's
you
someone
enter
to
the BC
suspect,
connecting bridge,
I'd put my money
when
on
you get the caution.
I'm...
Just take care of those bombs for now.
Any alert you get would just
what about
go away.
you? They could be back in this area soon.
So that's bomb disposal. So we're gonna grab sensor V here.
I'll hide out in this
and then we're gonna defuse this final bomb.
If I lock the door, it should be all right. Plenty of food
You
in
can
here
stand
too,
pretty
so
far
you don't
away
need
to get to
worry
this
about
bomb,
me.
but you can't. It's
I'll
not
give
worth
you
it to get real
instructions by
close to
Kodak
try to
from
get a
here.
fast bomb. You're better off standing far away and saving time.
Good luck, kid. Bomb disposal is a face-off with your own mortality. Don't let the fear get to you. When you give in to the fear, the darkness comes.
You give in to fear, the darkness comes, chap. Okay. So I'll get a few notes here that we can actually follow. Because I've been taking notes up until now. So we started bomb disposal, right? That's where we're at. Okay. Over here. Supposed to avoid this camera, right? Yeah, just go right in there. Cartwheel into that. And I quick defuse the bomb. Yep.
This is Raiden. Disposal of the C4 in Strut D is complete. Explosives were planted on the maintenance hatch.
That's not like him.
Anything wrong?
Maybe. Pliskin's reported other locations too, and none of them are effective demolition points.
What do you mean? We're gonna take out this site.
It means that they wouldn't be the best places to choose if you wanted to destroy this place.
Are you saying they don't plan on blowing the shell up?
It certainly seems that way. So far, we haven't seen anything but a waste of good explosives. Unless, of course, we're missing something.
A trap?
He couldn't have overlooked the fact that I would be called into this. There's something going on.
Close one. Alright, so we've got to, we just cartwheel around, and we do a warning shot at the base of the stairs up. Yeah. Clearly I messed up somewhere because didn't quite do that right. That's fine. Ah, get away from me. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is save. Definitely want to keep going with this, and you know, keep learning the run. I'm just not feeling it right now. E. Okay. So that. Zoom here. I might keep going, but like I don't know. Like it's I'm obviously not gonna finish. I definitely will not even get to like Harrier at the rate I'm going at. And it's just like I think it would be easier for me to like finish watching this tutorial video off stream and just make notes as I go, as opposed to what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm kind of enjoying it, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of tedious, you know. So I was thinking about switching to Fall Guys or something like that, but
Hang in there.
yeah, let's go ahead and get Strut E done. Hey, Boris. Do you want me to play Fall Guys? Maybe? Okay. Oh, where am I? Yeah, we just need to...
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed
Now
like
here
the
you can
ninja just
do,
now.
once we get into this room, you can do a couple of things. You can
It's the only way to
wait
describe it. A kind
to
of
cartwheel
cyborg
at a
ninja
certain
complete with a
point,
sword.
and then you don't make any noise on the floor and head south. You can
Are you
go
hiding something
into the
from me?
room and meet the guard at the door, and then
Don't be
cartwheel
a fool.
into him
Think I
that
wouldn't
way.
know the
It's
difference?
1 second
I've
slower
never
if you
seen
take the
field
safer
gear like that ever.
method, but there is a visual cue for doing the faster method. I will demo
Actually,
both
one
of
more
those
thing.
methods right
You'll
now.
find it hard to believe.
So this is going to be the faster
I
method.
saw a man hiding under a cardboard
Notice the
box.
text on the screen, Strut B
on the
transform.
connecting bridge to Shell 2.
As soon as that
So you
text
believe me this
disappears from
time?
the screen totally,
I've seen someone
you're
use
going to
that
do your
box trick
cartwheel.
before. We'll lay a trap on the Shell 2 connecting bridge.
Cartwheel into this
Over
guard.
and out then.
Freeze! The other method is to go into this room.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Cartwheel into him.
Your gun.
Not a
And then
chance.
just leave the room. Another method is to go into this room.
I saw a female
Cartwheel
soldier.
into him.
Russian.
Must be Olga Gerlukovich.
How do you know?
Unlike you, I've been briefed.
She's not a dead cell?
No, she commands a Russian private army.
They must be the ones patrolling the big shell.
That's right. She's led the group ever since her old man, Colonel Gerlukovich, died. Watch yourself with her. She's a tough one.
Just leave the room without bumping into the wall.
Navy bridge. Yep. There it is. Well, I did not do a save before, right? No, I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm gonna skip the save, and I'm just gonna do this, and it'll be fine.
Right. Right.
Who's there?
Okay.
Jack, do you need to save?
Jack, do you need to save?
Jack?
Okay. Save starts there. Notes resume here. Okay. That's saved. Okay. We're gonna put on some music. Probably gonna play some Fall Guys. I might play some Melee, but it's more likely gonna be Fall Guys when I get back. But either way, I'll be back in just a few minutes. Just gonna change some stuff over. I might have to like cut the stream and then restart it because my computer is really bad about like, oh, if you start a stream, like if you start a game while you're already streaming, like my computer gets messed up. But like, I'll be back in a few minutes. I will see y'all soon.